what is the difference between misinformation and disinformation?
For sure. So misinformation is just information that's wrong. So anytime I misinform you, I've told you something that is false. But it doesn't include intent. So I can misinform you innocently. Disinformation is specifically misinformation that is on purpose. So I'm trying to deceive you. And so the work that I do is really about disinformation. Misinformation it's a problem. You don't want people to say things that are false, but it's not an incentive problem. Disinformation is an incentive problem because you've got some group of people who presumably would prefer not to be falsely informed, and then you've got another group of people who want to falsely inform them. And so their incentives are very different. The disinformers really want to trick you. And so that's the kind of misinformation that I study specifically.
And so what are the sort of harms that come from that misinformation? Disinformation.
So there's all kinds of things, right? So first of all, when you're thinking specifically about online disinformation, one thing that happens is this sort of diffuse lack of trust, right? People aren't dummies. They'll notice that there's a lot of nonsense out there. And so they'll start to trust less in information that they get, which makes our information technology less useful. A little bit more specifically, though, you can also find situations where bad actors if you can deceive a group of people, you can deceive them into behaving the way you want, even if it's not in their interests. So when we started this work, the January 6th insurrection was very fresh in our minds. And a lot of that had to do, in our opinion, with deliberate disinformation campaigns. And so we were really interested in understanding, was this a new phenomenon? What causes it? How could you mitigate it? What are the incentives at play, and is there a way to interrupt them?